Alright, greetings. Alright, so today you guys will be learning about how to use the tire changer to demount and mount tires on the wheel, on the rim. Alright, so this is your tire changer here. Right? So we need to know the sections of our tire changer. Alright, so this section here, this is what we call the turntable. Alright, so you can rotate. Right? These are locking jaws that we use to lock the rim, right, to the turntable here. This is our swinging arm. Right? If you look at our swinging arm here, this is the section here that we use to mount and to assist us in mounting and demounting the tire. Right? So if you look closely at it, it looks like a duck, doesn't it? Look at it, or a little bird. Right? So we like to refer to this area here as the duck bill. Right, here as the duck head, and this would be the tail, right, of the duck, right here. Right, so this arm here, you can move up and down, and we can lock it into any position that we so desire. So it depends on the type of the height of the tire that and the rim that you're working, right? So we can adjust it, right, and so on. Right. So here we have our pedals here. And so this pedal right here is for turning the turntable, right? If you want to retract the jaws, get them out, right? You press, right? Extend out like that, right? If you want to get them back in, one press of the pedal, the middle pedal here again, and that takes them in, right? This section here is what we call the bead breaker. Right, so we have to break the bead of the tire, right, before we can remove it from the rim. You get what I'm saying? Right, so this is the bead breaker here. This is how you'd operate it. This lever here is what this pedal here. That's what we use to operate it. So you press that, right? So it would be out here from the place the tire here, right? And you press it, and it will carry it like that, right? Over here is where we have our inflator, right, to inflate the tire. And here's our gauge here. There's also a little pedal here, so we'll unclip this, put it onto the valve stem, right, of the tire, right, and inflate our tire. But before we can put air into the tire, we'll have to press this this pedal here. So these are two-step pedal, right? One, right, like that we get air through here. And if you want to get air through these holes here to get underneath the tire to seat the tire properly, we press down like that. We have it like that. And then up here, right? So here we have the gauge here. That is for telling us the amount of pressure that air pressure that is in our tank. Right? So this tire changer here must be connected to an air supply system. Right? So over here is where we connect our air hose, right here. We have our air regulator here, right, and we have our gauge here to tell us the amount of air pressure that is coming in. Right? And this little cylinder here is where we use to store air. Air is stored into this cylinder here. It is very important when you are using this machine here that we take safety, right, into consideration. So we should always have our safety glasses, right, when we are using our tire changer here, and gloves, right, would also be ideal. Alright, so this is the tire that we're going to use to demonstrate how to use the tire machine, right? But before we can start the process of removing the tire from the rim, right, what we need to do first is to remove the valve stem core, right, because we cannot break the bead of the tire with air still in the tire, right? So breaking the bead is what we're going to do here, right? We're going to place it like so, right, and break the bead of the tire. But it cannot be done with air in the tire. So what we need to do, right, we need to remove the valve stem core to remove the air from the tire, right? So this is what you're going to use. You're going to use the valve stem core removal tool here. A little simple tool, right? So you're just going to place, right? So this is for different size valve cores, right? For a bigger size, right? you place it down in the valve stem, the valve stem like that, right? So now we are ready to remove. So you turn this anti-clockwise. Turn anti-clockwise. And so now we are removing the ear all the way out. So now we have removed the valve stem core. So this is the valve stem core, guys. Alright, that's the core. Alright, so it's basically like a one-way check valve. It permits air to enter, right, the tire, but it doesn't allow air to exit unless this little piece here is pressed. Right? Alright, so now that we have removed the air from the tire, it's now time to break the bead of the tire. So this is going to place our valve stem core right up here, because we're going to use it back. Right? So we're going to position the tire like this, right? Very important. Right? Always either position your valve stem, right, here on the tire, at the 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock position, right, away from the bead breaker. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Alright? So, why do we do that? Sometimes we'll have the TPMS sensor, right, on the valve stem, right, that we don't want to damage. We don't want to use the shovel here or bead breaker to damage the valve stem. The TPMS sensor on the valve stem, right? So you place, right, the shovel just like so, right here. Right? And then you're going to press the pedal here to break the bead. So we're going to break the bead on both sides of the tire, on the outer side and the inner side. So press that pedal there. Alright? So now the bead has been broken, but as you can see here, it didn't break properly over here. Alright, so we're going to rotate the tire once more, right? And place our bead breaker there, on. Right? So the bead of the tire is going to broke, right, on this side. So we're going to do the other side in inward part here, right? Very important note, right? If you look closely here, we have wheel wheels, right, on the tire, on the rim here. These should be removed, right, prior to mounting the breaking the bead and also mounting the wheel on the turntable of the machine here. Right? So we're going to remove these, and then we'll proceed with breaking the bead on this section here. So if you look carefully here, right, we still need to break this section. Right? Right? So we rotate again. Right, go ahead. I think now we are now ready, right, to mount the tire onto the turntable. Right, so the beads have been broken, right, both on the inside and on the outside. So we're going to swing our wheel like that. Very important. Alright, so if you look at our jaws here, right, you can see we have these plastic caps here, right, on the jaws here, right. When you're dealing with when you're mounting aluminum alloy rims and so on, right, or your regular aluminum rims, right, you don't want to clamp the rim from the faster rim. We want to clamp the rim. So if this was an aluminum rim, we want to clamp the rim from the outside, right? So we clamp the rim on the outer edge, right, like so. So we do something like that. And the reason for doing that, right? So we want to clamp it like that, or aluminum or alloy rims, right? The plastic cap here will prevent the rim from getting scratched. Right? If we should mount it, right, or clamp it from the inside, this areas here, right, here, right, would damage or scratch our rim. But we can clamp our steel rims like we have here on the inside. Scratching it is not a problem. But for expensive aluminum alloy rims, we don't want any scratch because on those rims, right? So we'll open that. Press that pedal again for me. Alright, so mount the tire onto the turntable now. Right way, like so. Because we're going to clamp it on the inside. You place it like that. Alright, press the pedal again. One press. Alright, so now that our rim is secured to the table, right? As you can see here, let us check it. It's now properly secured. We're going to get our arm, right? So we're just going to bring it in. But if you look carefully here, right? Our valve stem is positioned where we're going to place our demounting arm here, right? So we don't want it here, so we're just going to rotate it. A little bit, rotate the valve stem away, right? So here is no perfect for us. So we're just going to push this down like so, right? Now we just want to bring it in a little bit to the rim. Alright. Naturally we don't want this part here or the duckbill here rubbing against our rim when we are rotating the rim. Hence the reason why we put on this little plastic cap here. Right? To prevent that part right here from scratching the rim. Especially for our aluminum alloy rims. Right? So we're going to bring it down like so. Right here, this is our adjusting screw, so we can adjust it out, right, or in. We bring it in like that. Right? So right there is good for us. So we're going to lock it with this mechanism here. So now it is no lock. Right? So it is now time for us to get our tire iron, right, or lever here. Right? So this is a lever that we're going to use to pull the bead, right, of the tire, right, over the duck head. So you can use either this part or this part, whichever is easier for you. So we always pry with our pry bar here, right, on the duck bill, not on the head. So we're just going to do something like so, right. You want to get it underneath, come in, right, get the bead here. So we're going to get the bead, right, so let us use this part here to get the hook on it, right. You pry on the duck beak, right, so you get the bead up and over the head, right. So now it is now time to press or rotate the turntable. So rotate it like that. Alright, so we have now removed the first bead, right? So now we're just, as you can see here, the other bead is in the job center, so we cannot take it off, right? So we're going to do the same thing, just as before, right? So we're going to pry, so you're just going to hold this part up, right? Are you going to pry on the duck bill again, on the duck bill or the beak again? Are you going to lift the lower bead, right, up over the duck head? The other bead over the duck head, right? So we can no, we have gotten the lower bead, the other bead over the duck head, right? So we can you can see clearly how it's look from this side, right there. So we're going to rotate the table once more, like so, right? Right, pull out our iron and continue. Alright, so our tire is now demounted. Right? So you would release the arm. Right? Set away. Remove tire. right? And then now it will be time for us to mount our new tire, right? But before we can mount our new tire, it is good practice to clean the rim, right? And install our new valve stem and valve 4, right? Alright guys, so we're going to mount our new tire. Alright, in this case our old tire here, we don't really have a new tire. This is for just a demonstration purpose. So we're just going to get our lubricant, right? And we're going to lubricate the bead, right, of the tire here, and lubricate this bead. We're also going to lubricate the flanges here of the rim over here. So what we have here is just some soap and water solution, right? You don't really have that fancy solution, so you're just going to use what you have and lubricate it like that. Lubricating the bead makes it easier to install the new tire onto the rim, right? So less friction between the tire and the rim while we are putting it up. Right, so I want to do likewise. Right? Now, rim walls. Right? Makes it easier to get on. Right, so you're going to get your tire. Right? We have to be cognizant again, you know, when we are mounting our tire, if it is symmetrical or asymmetrical tire. Right? With your asymmetrical tires, we have an inside and an outside section. So we want to mount our outside section up here, right, and our inside section down here on this rim. But this is not a asymmetrical tire, as you can see here, this is a symmetrical tire, right? So it doesn't really matter how it is moved, right? Typically, some tires, right, comes with a blue dot or a yellow dot or something of that sort, or a white dot. It is recommended to place the mount the tire with the dot in alignment with the valve stem. Alright, so we're mounting our tire now. We're just going to push our tire on. Sometimes you can actually push the tire, right? This bead, right, over into the job center. For some cases, it is not easily done, right? So we're going to get our arm again, right? So just push it down. We're going to lock it. No, like so. Alright, this time, when we are installing back the tire now, right? Remember before, when we were removing it, we get the bead over the duck head, right? This time we're going to get our bead, right, on the ducktail and below the duck head, right? So like so, right? And we're going to push down, right, while we are rotating. You get what I'm saying? Right? So let us try. Right? Here, push down, right, like so. So now we have gotten the first bead on, right? So you want to do that again. Ensure that the bead, right, one section of the bead is below the duck head, and another section is above the duck tail, like so, right? And you push down with force while rotating, right? So watch it, right? Push down. Like so, right? So now our tire is now on the rim. We can release our arm and get it out of the way. So it is now time to inflate our tire, right? So we're going to inflate our tire with our inflator on, right? So when we are inflating our tire, right, we don't want to be over the tire, right? So just in case if the tire explode or whatever, or should rupture, anything you're in the kitchen. So we want to stand clear. You get what I'm saying? Right? So come around here. Right? Remember I showed that here is a two-step. Right? So like that. You put in air into the tire. Right? We can also get air from underneath, right? To see the tire properly. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to use that. Right, so if you look here, these holes here are actually air holes, right? So when we mount the tire, right, onto the turntable here, or press down, we will have air pressure coming through these sections here, right, and help us to seat the tire, right, quickly onto the rim. So let's do that again. Okay. For larger tires, guys, you'd want to place the tire, or you'd want to place the tire in what we call a tire cage, right? Just in case if that tire explodes, right? Anything that really catch us or damage us. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Right, so we're going to you're going to listen out for a popping sound, right? We're not hearing that popping sound. Alright guys, so now our tire is seated, right? So it is now time for us to install our valve stem 4. Alright? So you have to be careful with this, you know. You have to be very careful with this. Because what will happen while I'm trying to install it, we're going to air pressure. We tend to want to push it away. Right? It can get into the eyes, so that's why it is important for us to have on our safety glasses. So you're going to get your valve stem removal tool, right? Place it in, like so, and a lot about that, right? And we'll finish inflate our tire to the required or the recommended tire pressure, right? Right, so right, I will just pump in the required amount of air pressure. So anything in between 30 to 35 psi would be good. And we'll remove that, and there will be no time for us to remove our tire from the machine and get it balanced. So let's that again. I bring it to the balancer to get it balanced. Alright, so that is how you mount and demount a tire using